this project, and we wrote it, and I thought, well, Chuck D would sound amazing on there from Public Enemy. So I knew him anyway, because more or less Public Enemy kind of discovered me when I was 17. And I always said to him, if I made a record, would you appear on it? And he said, yeah. So I got into contact with him, and I sent him the track, and before I knew it, he recorded the vocals in his terradrome, or dome, I think it's called.
What, in his garden?
It's a studio.
Oh, it's a studio, right, okay.
Yeah, so he did that, and that's how that happened. And so we wanted to do a video, and he said, well, I'm available on Monday, and this was on the Friday, so I had to fly over to LA and do that with him. Yeah, it was great.
And briefly for us, because time is tight, talk to me about how the music industry has changed. Because what you saw, what you left, and what you've come back to, are they very different?
Oh, definitely. It's brilliant, actually, because I think it's really inclusive, and I think anybody can be any age, and you can make your own music and stuff like that. So it's just brilliant, and you can talk to your fans. I mean, I love talking to my fans. And hearing their stories about what it meant to them doing the do and all my old stuff, and you know, it was just that kind of thing where they were when they were teenagers, and they felt really empowered and things like that. So,
well, we have loved talking to you too. So thank you for coming in and sharing that with us. Really nice to see you.
Thank you. Well, Betty Boo's new album is called Boomerang.
You're watching BBC Breakfast. The time right now, 8:59.
Hello, good morning. This is BBC News. I'm Annita McVeigh. The headlines at 9. The number of people facing long waits for urgent cancer treatment across England, Scotland and Northern Ireland has doubled in the past 4 years.
Would the chemo have done any good if it had that sooner? I honestly don't know. It's not something we're ever going to be able to answer, and we've got to live with that.
Are you trying to get an appointment with a specialist or waiting for cancer treatment? Let me know by getting in touch with your comments, experiences and questions on Twitter. I'm at AnitaBBC and use the hashtag #BBCYourQuestions. Also in the headlines this morning. The chief executive of high street chain Next urges the government to let more foreign workers into the UK to help ease labour shortages. A sixth 24-hour strike this year by London Underground workers begins, with 9 tube lines being shut down. The food bank charity The Trussell Trust says an extra 320,000 people have started using its services in the past 6 months. And President Zelensky says Ukraine is moving very carefully after Moscow announced its troops would withdraw from the key southern city of Kherson. Hello and welcome to BBC News this morning. The number of people facing long waits for urgent cancer treatment has doubled in the past 4 years across England, Scotland and Northern Ireland. BBC analysis of NHS data showed 67,000 patients waited longer than the target of 62 days for care, including surgery, chemotherapy and radiotherapy. We're expecting the latest performance stats for NHS England in half an hour. But first, this report from Dominic Hughes.